Alright, here's a little video. I picked up some Tsunami, zero gauge. It's 1/0 gauge wire. Good stuff. I like Tsunami wire myself. Yeah, I'm just upgrading my 4 gauge wire. I had to pull this fuse box. I had to pull this out, pull my battery out, so then I could get access to run the 0 gauge back there. And I got this pretty nice little Tsunami fuse holder, 250 amp A&L fuse in there. And then back here, I ran it. You're probably not gonna be able to see. Where's my flashlight? Now I don't know how good this is gonna show up on the computer, on YouTube, but let me position this flashlight. But I removed. Yeah, this is tight. I removed this piece, ran it through the firewall, put the piece back in, then ran it under the hard foam carpeting stuff, like under the carpet. Here's the carpet, here's that foam stuff. I ran it underneath, under that, to the actual floorboard of the car, down along below all these wires. I didn't just stick it like up along here like a lot of shops and people would do, just stick it along here, and then ran it through actual frame of the car. There's a metal bracing right there, and there's a hole in it. I ran it through there, came out the other side, all the way along the actual bottom floor of the car. There was another metal bracing there. And then ran it under there, and then it comes back to this spider web of wires that I'm cleaning up. And then I got the 0 gauge back here. I'm getting rid of this fosgate 8 gauge or 4 gauge, and then this Tsunami 4 gauge. Well, no, I'm going to keep this Tsunami 4 gauge, but I'm going to run it, the 0, to this fuse splitter, or whatever you want to call it. Goes 0 gauge to 2 4 gauge with mini A&Ls, and this is a Stinger brand. So this is going to be back here, plug into the 0 gauge right there, and then I'm going to split the 4 gauge off of these two, and then run them to this little battery I got, the little kinetik. I already had this battery hooked up, but now I'm just going through and replacing with the 0 gauge and the 4 gauge. But this is a little kinetik 800. The stickers were kind of peeling on it a little bit, so I just ripped them all off. I don't really need them. So yeah, it's gonna come 4 gauge to the 1000/1V2 like it already had, and this battery's only gonna run the 1000 because it's not enough power to run both of them. This amp, the Arc Audio, puts out 700 RMS to the doors, and this one was only getting that 8 gauge fosgate. I was choking it up. It needs at least 4 gauge, you know, so I'm running 4 gauge to both of them from 0 gauge from the front. So that should make a difference. And I got, you know, the 8 gauge running speaker wire to the sub. But all my wires are going to be cleaned up. It's all going to be done right. I installed new Stinger RCA, dual twist RCAs right here. Cut a hole in there, let them run underneath. I might end up doing that with this too. Cut a hole in here and then run them underneath that to in here, and then just to get rid of the wires. And I'm gonna get rid of all this fucking crap over here too, all the door speaker wires, and I'm gonna try to clean it all up. I got all these wires coming along that side. Try to clean this up a bit so I don't have to deal with it anymore. And just if you're wondering what else I got going down here, get that light out of the way. It's my little kick panel right here. I got switch and bass knob down there, switch for the amps, bass knob for the JL. I gotta clean up all these wires too. And back here in the trunk we got, let's see, the 18-inch FI BL 18-inch, and a custom slot ported box with bracings and angled corners inside. So that's that. That's the 18. And then the amps and stuff back there. I'm gonna add another kinetic battery, but it's my box. Thing slaps. I love that woofer. But yep, just to give you guys a little idea, this will be a little video before I'm done, and then I'll do probably another video after it's done and see if I can hear any difference or notice that the kinetic charges up faster or something. I was gonna split it, go aught gauge to the battery, and then do the stinger splitter to the 4 gauge after the battery, but then that would mean that this battery would be powering both amps, and I don't want that one little battery powering both amps. It's, you know, does just barely enough to power this guy right here, so I'm gonna just leave it. And I did notice that my interior lights and stuff weren't dimming as much, and outside lights. My headlights don't dim because I got HIDs, but this little 800 actually made a difference. I'm gonna end up running this 800 on the doors and then get a bigger one, probably a 12 or 14 to run on this guy, and then I should be good to go, honestly. So yeah, like I said, just a little update video, running some wires, doing it the right way, you know, because, you know, most people wouldn't take the time to run it through the frame or the unibody or whatever you want to call it. So, and it wasn't easy either. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now, a little update video. We'll get some slapping videos later. Alright.